Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this morning's Values Assembly. It's Monday, it's the 7th of December, and I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend. I hope you've all been looking after each other at home, but most importantly, I hope you've all been keeping safe. So as always, we start our assembly with me asking you what the value is for this half term. Are you in fine voice, John Archer? I really hope so. So let's start the day with raising the roof. Not shouting, but saying quite loudly what the value is for this half term. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. So, John Archer, what is the value for this half term? Not bad. Let's just do it one more time. Let's do it loud and proud and know that we are really passionate about this value for this half term. Clear those voices. What's the value for this half term? Did I hear the word respect? I think I did. Well done. So let's remind ourselves what the value of respect means to us here at the school. Respect, as we know, is about treating others the way you want to be treated. And we've been having a lot of discussions over the last 5 to 6 weeks about how this value really impacts on our lives in the school. But also today, I want us to start thinking about respect at home, and I'm going to be sharing a story with you today about how we can think of others when we're at home. Now, during this half term, I'm just going to move myself down here. Well, actually, let's move here. This half term, we've been talking about how in the classroom, if we don't agree with what someone has to say, how do we challenge them? I know that we build upon ideas and we have our talking thumbs. And I want to see more of these in class, but I want to see more of building on people's opinions and their ideas. Because actually, the more we talk and the more we challenge each other, the more we will get answers to questions, but also it will stay in our memory for a lot longer. So think today how we are going to challenge each other and how we're going to build on those ideas. Now, I know when I've been out in the playground, there has been some really respectful conversations, and I watch when you're all playing, and I'm going to actually call upon the Year 6 football team when I was watching them play on Wednesday. The respect you have for each other, the support you show one another, and the kindness that you show to each other, and the patience is fantastic. That is what teamwork, but most of all teamwork, thrives on people being respectful to one another. There was nobody being rude. If somebody missed a goal, somebody would go up and pat each other on the back and go, well done. So it's about trying, and it's about that's where respect grows. I've seen some children who maybe have not been in the best moods over the last couple of weeks. But what's really interesting is that when they are not in a great mood, they've been asking for time out to come and talk to a trusted adult. Time out just to say, look, I don't want to talk at the moment, but can I talk to you later? These are great skills, and I want you to keep these up. So it's about really thinking about building on ideas, working as a team, and remembering our great vision of being together as one, but also respecting the fact that actually we can be in a bit of a bad mood, but that's okay. Just asking for a bit of time out, that's really important that you do that. We've also been thinking about respect in our classes. And I just want you to take some time now just to pause this assembly, to talk amongst yourselves within your class, to start showing how you are building on each other's ideas. Have a look at your respect sheets. Has anything changed? Do you want to add to them? So have a think about how we're going to talk to one another, how we're going to show respect to one another, and just pause the assembly now to think about how we're going to build on the next 2 weeks, how we are going to show great respect to one another. Over the few weeks, we have been sharing some wonderful poems. I can't thank you all enough for the great work that you have been sending in. But please do not stop writing. Please do not stop sharing your great ideas. We absolutely love receiving poems in the school. We love receiving writing. It means that you are sharing and you are becoming more confident with your ideas. So please keep sending them in. bring them in to me, and we will put them in the office if you don't want to give them to me at the gate, but also share with us on Seesaw your wonderful poems. So thank you, all of you, for those who sent them in. Now, last week I set a challenge for you to think about the last 3 weeks, but now we're going to think about the last 2 weeks. And we spoke about how you are going to support each other and what you are going to bring to the class over the next 2 weeks now, not 3 weeks, next 2 weeks, about how we're going to be successful. So maybe take some time again today to look over your posters and to talk about what we are going to bring to the classroom and to the school over the next 2 weeks. Now, I've got a story this morning. Now, I've always got to remember that we have much younger members in our community, and sometimes the stories may be a little bit too difficult, but sometimes I always think the younger the story, and for those children who are in reception in year 1, this is a great story for all of you, but actually, this is a great story if you are in year 6. So please do not sit there going, oh, Miss Cruddas, why are you reading the story of Gilbert Goes Visiting and Learns to Be Respectful? I want you to think as I'm reading this story, why am I reading this story to you? So let's start reading together, and please do read along with me. Gilbert Goes Visiting and Learns to Be Respectful. I'm just going to move myself here. Gilbert loves to go and visit his grandparents in the summer. Then he sees his cousins too. Now, a lot of us may not be able to go and see our grandparents over the next holiday, but some of us will be coming together as families over the break time. So it's really important that we start thinking about Gilbert and what he does at his grandparents'. Sometimes Gilbert and his cousins aren't respectful. Just look at them there. What are they doing? And Grandma says, children, please don't do that. Look at them. They're running around, knocking things over, and Grandma's just trying to have a nice cup of tea and read her book. She's been caught reading, everybody. And Gilbert and his cousins say, sorry, Grandma, we'll stop running in the house. Take a minute. How many of you run around in your flats or in your house? I remember I used to, and my mum used to say, Moira, Miss Cruddas. Obviously, she didn't call me Miss Cruddas. She'd say, Moira, please stop running around the house, because it's actually quite dangerous. So think about our actions when we're at home. Sometimes they forgot that there are others in the house, and Grandpa says, children, please don't do that. Look at Grandpa. He's trying to have a sleep. Maybe he's been working nights. I know some of your parents work nights. So how do you have to act around the house over the weekend if your dad's or mum's or any member of the family has had to work nights? We've had to be quite quiet. And Gilbert and his cousins say, sorry, Grandpa, we'll be quiet so you can sleep. And I think the cat would like a little sleep too. At breakfast, the cousins only think of themselves, and Grandpa says, children, please don't do that. Look at them, messing about at the table, not thinking of others. Why am I reading you this story? And Gilbert and his cousins say, sorry, Grandpa, we forgot our manners at the table. How many of us forget our manners at the table? What are manners? How many of us forget to say please and thank you? How many of us, when we go up to get our dinners at lunchtime here, forget to say please and thank you to the lovely ladies who have prepared and who are serving the food? A lot to think about. Sometimes Gilbert and his cousins don't think about others or their things, like Grandma's new flowers. And Grandma says, please, don't do that. Look, they're eating the flowers. I'm not saying you eat flowers, but they're all eating the flowers and trampling over Grandma's beautiful flower beds. And Gilbert and his cousins say, we're sorry, Grandma. We didn't mean to eat your flowers. We'll help you plant the rest. So think about When grandma and granddad have picked them up about doing things, what have they said? When they've been picked up on being disrespectful and not well mannered, what have they automatically said and done? Something to think about. And grandma says, I know sometimes you forget to be respectful, but thank you for offering to help me plant the flowers. That shows me you are being respectful and that you care about other people. I'm proud of you. So that's the end of the story. Now, I know it is for much younger members of our community, but actually for the older children, I want you to, after I've asked these questions, to stop the assembly again. And I want you to discuss this time. Are there times you are disrespectful? Think about when you are at home. Do you think about others a lot, or do you just think about yourselves? What can you do to be more respectful at home? So 3 key questions, because we'll be coming up for our break soon, for our holiday, and we're going to be spending a lot of time at home. And over this period of time, we need to think also about looking after each other and keeping safe. So I want you just to stop the video now and to think about those questions. So thank you for offering all those ideas. And when I come around this morning, I'm going to be really interested in listening in to those ideas and how you are going to be more Gilbert this week. But also not forgetting how we can be more like Jake and Lamaya and Matthew in year 6, but also be more like our team of football players in year 6. I know year 5, I haven't forgotten you, but it was just quite brilliant what I saw out on the football pitch as the light was fading. So how are we going to be more like these children this week? And also Gilbert. So let's, as per usual, think about what makes our school a special place and what makes us all a great part of our team as we come together to be Team Archer on Archer once again this week. So of course, you're going to keep coming to school on time every day. Can I please again remind you, how many days are there in a school week? Sorry, did I hear 3? No, there isn't. There isn't 3 days in the school week. How many days are there in the school week? Yes, there are. There are 5 days in a working school week. Again, we're still seeing a little bit of a dip on a Friday. Please, over the next 2 weeks, come to school every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and on time, please. Keep wearing your school uniform with pride. So proud of all of you. You bounce through the gates. You want to come to school, and you are so proud of wearing our school badge on the way to school. Can you please make sure that we continue to walk around safely and we are quiet? Not like Gilbert and his cousins. Let's think of others, especially at lunchtime when some of the other classes are still learning. Let's keep looking after each other, especially the staff. I know we're all tired, but we all need to dig a little bit deeper to look after each other. And just a few habits that I need to remind you about, that when we sneeze, achoo! Miss Cruddas, you've done it wrong there. Where should I have sneezed into? That's right, the crook of my arm. Achoo! Cough and sneeze into the crook of your arm, and if by accident you do sneeze or cough into your hands, you must go and wash them. Please keep these nice and clean and washed regularly. Let's keep thinking about our aspirations. What is it that we want to do when we are older? But I want you to think about this value of respect this week. What can you do when you are disrespectful to someone? What did Gilbert do? And his cousins, they all said sorry and they changed their behaviours. How can you be more Gilbert and say sorry when you have been rude or disrespectful? So things to think about, and these are things that make our school so great. So as we come to our reflection time, this is the time for you. It's not a time for your neighbour, it's a time for you. Just to sit back, to close your eyes, and to think about the words that I'm going to be saying to you. But also think about the discussions that we've had in class this morning. I want you to think about how we can be more respectful at home. Think, because you've all been working so brilliantly hard at bringing great respect into our school. But how now can we put these skills into our home life? How can we listen to each other more and respect each other's opinions more? Not just at school, but also at home. And how will you show respect this week in and around the school? So finally, our quote of the week, and this is from the singer Taylor Swift. I'm sure many of you have heard of Taylor Swift. This is quite a brilliant quote. We don't need to share the same opinions as others, but we do need to be respectful. So Taylor is right. She wants us all to build on each other's ideas. We have to respect what each other says, but also we don't have to share the same opinions, but we can respect them. But most of all, we need to listen to each other, because actually sometimes by listening, our opinions can change. So thank you yet again for sharing all your ideas. And I know the conversation in the classrooms are getting really dynamic, and there's a lot of you really bringing more ideas into the classroom. Please remember to be a little bit more Gilbert this week, and remember to say sorry if you have shown any disrespect to people. And also keep talking. Let's keep working together. Let's keep getting caught reading. Okay, we're coming up again, as I said, to the holiday time. How many recommended reading books have you read from the list? I'm going to be coming around and asking. Let's get caught writing as well. Keep writing your ideas down. And most of all, keep bringing more ideas into the classroom. Be brave this week, Team Art John Archer. Bring your ideas to the room. You are all unique and you've all got exceptional ideas to share. I'm immensely proud of all of you. You have all been absolutely brilliant this term, and I cannot thank you all enough for making this school great. Let's continue to have a great day. Let's continue to have a great week. Look after each other, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care and be respectful.